Kelvin, the way Milos sort of set a tone for you guys early, setting up himself and others, I mean, do you see him getting more and more comfortable?
It's probably a good word, comfortable. Of all the incoming players I've had here over the years, he's probably had the toughest job. It's, like J1's never played with the, these guys are, he's either had Dejan or Jamal. And they were so experienced by the time their time came. Like Dejan didn't start his first year, Galen did. But he played with Galen a lot and backed up Galen. So he had that advantage. Jamal didn't start. He didn't have to. He wasn't ready. So he got to make his mistakes in a role nobody remembers. Other than me, most people don't remember Jamal as a freshman. But he had Dejan. Milos has had to come in without the benefit of playing behind anybody. That's very difficult in this program because of how we play both ends. And that's why I didn't really worry about our team. Why? It's going to take games. The non-conference schedule being at 11 probably impacted us more this year because this team really need to play games. One of the things, of course, you guys wouldn't think about it because you're not the coach, but last year's team had the benefit of going to Australia. That really helped us, especially all our new guys. We got to play 4 games over there. The bonding time. JoJo was a freshman. JoJo played games in Melbourne, Sydney, and Cairns. So that was valuable. Milos came here, and he played an outstanding program for an outstanding coach in Porter Mosier at Oklahoma. But Porter's terminology was his terminology. I have no idea. I've never seen another college team practice unless I was playing. But that was what he was used to. So of all the guys that's had the toughest adjustment period for reasons that's out of his control was Milos. But to see where he is today, he's a lot better than he was 2 weeks ago. Of course he's better than he was a month ago. He's going to continue to improve. But just coming here cold and playing with 4 guys that are point guard dependent. We don't have guys that are just whap, get in the paint and create a shot for other people. But we've always had a guy did that for us. And now that's not exactly Milos' strength, but that's okay. There's a ton of NBA guys can't do that either. Their strengths are in other areas. But we're learning Milos still. More importantly, his teammates are. So, yeah, he's getting better. But I think once we get to, a month ago, we were just getting to Vegas. Think about it. We had Auburn on the ropes. We had Alabama on the ropes. The Alabama game probably cost us 2 losses. But we're in a position to win all those games. We're not the same team we were then. We're significantly better. But I'm sure Alabama is too. Auburn is too. Teams that have great programs usually improve as the season goes on.
Kelvin, you had 27 points off their turnovers, and then another number that sort of jumps out, the assist field goals that you guys had. Just, it's 2 different ways I'm going with this, but just those 2 numbers and how they sort of stick out and show what.
What's the other one?
The assist to field. I think you had 17.
You mean turnovers?
Yeah, turnovers. You had 27 points.
Yeah, but that's. I think, I think a lot of that has to do playing Wednesday, Saturday. We played Wednesday and had to wait 8 days. It's hard to catch a rhythm. We got part of how well we played today is because we played Wednesday. The guy that benefits the most from that is the new guys. They get to play a game. Our practices are never counterproductive, but we don't need more practices right now. We need practical application. we need to see if we can apply what we've been working on and does it work. So I think part of why we had good success today is we played Wednesday. We came in and flushed the I don't even remember who did we play. Toledo. So Toledo, who's won the MAC 4 straight years, by the way. And this team will compete for their championship as well. But we play Wednesday, flush that game, and then get to Corpus Christi right away on Thursday. Yesterday, we spent some time on them, but mostly on us, because now we can connect dots. It's hard to connect the dot when it's 8. You have to wait 8 days to connect it. But I thought being able to have that quick turnaround. Now, we're going to get it in the league, but, teams that play an 18-game, they play 13 games. And you plug 2 games in where we had those 7- and 8-day breaks. I think 3 times we had it. It breaks the schedule up, but it helps guys catch a rhythm. It helps their confidence. I took Milos out today. I never take guys out for missing shots. Mercy didn't have a good shooting day, but every shot he shot was a great shot. Just like the other night, LJ didn't have a very good shooting day, but every shot he shot was a great shot. Mercy may come out the next game, make every one of them, just like LJ damn near did tonight. So you don't worry about shooters, but the consistency of games. Our guys don't need to learn from me anymore. I've taught them what they need. Now they need to go apply it in games and let the games teach them. Let the other team teach them. Because everybody plays this differently. But the one constant in this thing has been our defense. And understand, we didn't have our best post guy tonight. I love J1, but J1's been here. I love JoJo, but J1's been here 6 years. He's a connector. Now, JoJo's been our best player, he and LJ combined. Those 2 guys have been our best player. But J1 is very much a connector for us. You put him in there and bump Terrence back, now then you can see what we're going to look like. But the only negative to this to me is we didn't get to play with J1 these last 2 games, whereas he'll be there for the Oklahoma State game.
When you look at the way the schedule was set up, going into conference, do you feel like you got a good know of what your team is, or is that not important in terms of going in right now, like what you have?
Yeah, well, we are what we are right now. I think our team's going to continue to improve. I don't think we're anywhere close to playing our best basketball. Look how good we were today at times. Well, we didn't have J1, though. I was reading about it, numbers aren't going to be the same with him. But it was good. It was good to see. JoJo blocks 4 shots. After every game, I look back. Sometimes I think JoJo blocks 14 shots. He's like an octopus. He's got 8 arms. He's all over the place. Did you shoot a free throw tonight, JoJo? 1 for 2, JoJo. Yeah, 1 for 2, JoJo. 1 for 2, Mercy. But that's a story for another day. Javier blocked 4 shots. JoJo blocked 4 shots. That's stuff that we're used to seeing. J1's a good shot blocker. A big reason why we beat Auburn in the NCAA tournament was all our block shots in the second half. We've always been a great rim protect team. Everybody thinks you got to have a 7-footer to lead. We've led the nation in block shots the size we are. So it's not how big you are, it's how big you play. And we're big enough.
JoJo, those 4 blocks, 2 steals, I think. How much of that is instinct, and how much of it is knowing, the right places to be? And
Sure, I had 2 fouls. So yeah, it's like knowing when to go, when not to go. You can go get the foul. Not when you got it. When the ball in the air, I try to go when it's in the air, so I don't get my fouls. Wait till that ball got his hands. Go get it. Yep.
That's an easy answer. Instincts.
Instincts.
No one. He's blessed with that. with his genes. I didn't teach him that. I take no credit for that. That's all JoJo. Now I recruited it. He didn't get here and start blocking shots. They all came here because they're good at something. Joe was not a great. JoJo had 20s and 30s a lot in high school, but I never saw that as a strength. I think the longer he stays here, the better offensively he's going to get. But his rebounding and his defensive instincts are getting better. Now he's got to get better. You know what Janai Broom did to him was taught him a valuable lesson. Janai Broom's in his 6th year. He does that to everybody. I think JoJo, you know, we go back and watch film of certain things, the way certain players, you know, a guy like Janai Broom is so instinctive. He just has a feel for how to get his work done before the ball gets here. And he taught JoJo a valuable lesson about being proactive. But every game JoJo learns something. But we have 3 highly instinctive rebounders on this team. Mylik, J1, and JoJo. All 3 are outstanding rebounders. Mylik had 11, but he probably had his hands on. Mylik could have 15 rebounds today. He had some knocked out of his hands that he probably should have had. And JoJo had 7, but JoJo's only playing 22, 23 minutes a night. You know, when we get to conference play and he stays out of foul trouble, his minutes will jump up to 30. And that's when you see his numbers jump up. So wouldn't surprise me to see JoJo block 5 or 6 shots or have 13, 14 rebounds against anybody. He's capable of doing that.
Kelvin, Emmanuel's ability to, you know, create contact, draw fouls. I think line 9 times. You guys were there, 25 overall. I mean, how important is that to, you know?
Yeah, that's been part of our, you know, we sat down in the offseason and said, what areas do we need to improve in? One is late clock fouls. I thought we were much better at that. We've been better at that. You know, the Alabama game, we had some, you could say some of them were questionable, but we got called, and we gave them points that they didn't have to earn, and that's the point. You know, we've got to make teams have to score on us instead of just giving them points. So because we're good defensively, we force teams into single digits on the shot clock, and that's when you don't want to foul. Don't foul now. Just be disciplined, be solid. And I think we've gotten better there. Like they shot 16 free throws tonight. We shot 25. But throwing the ball inside, our bigs are going to get fouled more. JoJo and Emmanuel. Terrence didn't get to the free throw line tonight. Terrence will get fouled. Guys that drive the ball get fouled. Terrence is a driver. Not everybody's the same. You know, you can't say, well, this guy doesn't do that. He never will. That's not who he is. But the guys that are critical of our kids never look at what they're good at. Better focus on what they're really good at. You know, all our guys have strengths. You choose to evaluate them the way you want to. But there's a reason they're here. There's a reason their team won the Big 12 championship last year, and there's a reason they're ranked in the top 10 or 15 every year, because they're good. So I'd say if you're going to focus on what they can't do, spend an equal amount of time on what they can do, because they're really good at it.
Mylik, are you getting more comfortable in, you know, that backup point guard role, and is part of that, you know, learning the guys you're playing with? And
I'm just trying to go in and be a player. Like Coach said, just grabbing the rebounds. I think the rebounds got me going tonight. So I just try to do it, get better at the little things, and when I'm in the game, just try to stay connected with everybody.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.